This weekend I saw Rock of Ages that's based on the Broadway musical. It has Alec Baldwin, Russell Brand, Paul Giamatti, Catherine Zeta-Jones, a few new faces, and Tom Cruise. This is With a K Review. I'm Victor. Let's get to it. So let's get to that really big pink elephant that's in the room right now. And you know what I'm talking about. Did I think the person who played Constance Sack in the movie was actually Olivia Wilde? Yes, I did. I am sorry. My mistake. It was Mylin Ackerman. Won't happen again. Now, I haven't seen the Broadway version of Rock of Ages, so I won't be able to compare both to actually tell you if both are similar or if there's any differences. But I have seen Spamalot twice, so I think that does qualify me to actually review this movie. The two main characters in this movie are played by Julianne Hough, who plays Sherry Christian, and Diego Boneta, who plays Drew. Now, both these actors really haven't had a lot of film experience. Julianne Hough was featured as the lead in Footloose, and she also worked on Dancing with the Stars as a dance choreographer. Now, Diego has less film experience as well. He's only been featured on the new remake of 90210, Pretty Little Liars, and a new series this year called Underemployed. With both these actors being new, it's not necessarily a bad thing. They've actually both released albums on their own over the past couple of years and are really the best singers in this movie overall. Now, if you're familiar with the musical, you already know really what the premise of the movie is. So for everybody who hasn't seen the musical yet, I just want to let you know the premise is that like of every 80s movie that you've ever seen. Both leads fall in love with each other and then they start fighting against society that fears rock and roll. And of course, that's led by Catherine Zeta-Jones and Bryan Cranston. When the movie starts, the songs are like in isolated areas, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but they really don't transition in and out very well, and when people aren't singing, you're kind of wondering, you know, is there anything that's actually going to happen in this movie? However, now all of this changes when Tom Cruise's character, Stacey Jaxx, is introduced 30 minutes into the movie. He's kind of like a mix of Keith Richards peppered with Ozzy and the Axl Rose ego. Out of all the characters in this movie, I went in and I thought his character was going to be terrible. But it wasn't. I actually tried to hate his character, tried to hate him as an actor doing that character, and I just couldn't. He was really good at it. It was like he took his book of acting, threw it out, like he did when he played Les Grossman in Tropic Thunder, and on top of it all, he can sing. Damn him. And his rock-hard abs. After Cruise's character gets introduced, everything really starts to pick up and you actually start enjoying the movie. You start actually, you know, singing along with the songs, kind of dancing. Not like this, though. My personal favorites, though, are Catherine Zeta-Jones with Hit Me With Your Best Shot. She does an excellent job and hasn't missed a beat since she was in Chicago. The other song was done by Alec Baldwin and Russell Brand, and it is absolutely the best duet in the entire movie. It is worth the price of admission. Just trust me on this one. Alec Baldwin fit really well in this movie as an aging hipster rocker, and even Russell Brand as his partner at the bar worked really well too. Their back and forths were hilarious, and I really thought it wasn't going to work, but in this movie they really pulled it off. Now, after that 30-minute mark has hit, the non-musical parts actually do improve in the movie, and people start to interact really well, even without Cruise being in the scenes to try to make them better. Even Paul Giamatti did a really good job as an uber slimy record exec, and you really thought that maybe he might overdo the part, but he did it just right and really rounded out the whole movie. Now, the one problem that I actually really had with the movie was the way Mary J. Blige's character was kind of dropped into the movie, kind of like as a cameo. And again, I haven't seen the stage version, so I really don't even know if her character was necessary. She was just kind of dropped in as a strip club manager and kind of like the mother character of the movie right at the end that saved Julianne's character so she'd go back and save Diego. And I really didn't get it because maybe it was part of the stage show, but to me it was just an unnecessary character. In the end, I give Rock of Ages a 3.5K out of a 4K review. It had a slow warming up to it, but it eventually started to move along pretty well, and this is a movie that I can recommend that you go see in theaters, rent it, and definitely stream it when it comes out. This is also a movie that I can proudly say to people, go see it, even though it has Tom Cruise in it, because he did a hell of a job. Thanks guys for watching my show. This weekend I'm going to go see Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer and Brave. Thanks for watching With a K Review. I'm Victor, and remember, if you don't like what you're watching, you can always turn it off. Thanks guys.